When I first encountered the Johnson family, I had no inkling of the burdens they carried or the daily battles they fought. The moment they moved into our neighborhood, I noticed the stares and whispers, the cold, unwelcoming atmosphere that enveloped them like a shroud. The Johnsons were a young black family. Robert, the father, possessed a kind face that bore the marks of resilience. His quiet strength was palpable, as if he had weathered storms that most would not understand. Lisa, his wife, radiated grace and warmth, her smile a beacon of hope even when it met with indifference. Their little girl, Mia, who couldn't have been more than 6, was a whirlwind of joy. Her laughter was infectious, a melody that danced through the air as she skipped down the sidewalk, casting light wherever she went. They settled into a cozy home at the end of Maple Street, a place that seemed perfect for them. But not everyone shared that sentiment. Their landlord, Mr. Thompson, was notorious in the community. He had a reputation for being strict and unkind, and there were whispers about how he treated tenants who didn't fit his mold. Initially, the Johnsons found solace in their new surroundings. Mia made friends at the park, and Lisa began volunteering at the community center, eager to contribute to her new home. Yet, it wasn't long before the shadows of prejudice crept into their lives. It started with small things. One chilly morning, Robert discovered that the hot water was out. He called Mr. Thompson, but days turned into weeks with no response. Then, their heating system broke down during a particularly brutal cold snap. Once again, Robert reached out, but no one came to help. Lisa confided in me one evening, her voice filled with frustration, "It feels like we're invisible. Like our cries for help don't matter." I could see the pain in her eyes, a mix of anger and helplessness that pierced my heart. 3 months after their arrival, the situation escalated. One dreary afternoon, the Johnsons found an eviction notice taped to their door, a stark, impersonal letter stating they had 30 days to vacate the premises. Robert was furious and heartbroken. He marched straight to Mr. Thompson's office, but instead of answers, he was met with disdain. "You people don't belong in this neighborhood," Mr. Thompson sneered, his words dripping with contempt. Those words struck Robert like a blow, igniting a fire within him. It wasn't just about losing their home, it was a fight against a lifetime of discrimination and hate. Determined not to back down, the Johnsons decided to take a stand. They sought the help of a lawyer specializing in tenant rights, gathering evidence and testimonies from others who had suffered at the hands of Mr. Thompson. The more they dug, the more horrified they became. They uncovered a pattern of illegal evictions and discriminatory practices that had plagued many families in the area, families who had been silenced and pushed out without a fight. But the Johnsons refused to be another name on that list. They filed a lawsuit against Mr. Thompson for racial discrimination and wrongful eviction. As word spread about their case, a wave of support began to build. Other families stepped forward, sharing their own stories of injustice. The media caught wind of the situation, and soon news vans lined the streets outside Mr. Thompson's office. For the first time, he was being held accountable for his actions. The trial was a pivotal moment, not just for the Johnsons, but for the entire community. As they took the stand, Robert and Lisa revealed their true selves. Robert was not just a father, he was a decorated military veteran who had served his country with honor for over a decade. Lisa was an award-winning teacher, dedicating her life to uplifting underprivileged children. Together, they had created a non-profit organization aimed at helping families in need. The courtroom was silent as their story unfolded, and I could see the shock on Mr. Thompson's face. He had made assumptions about the Johnsons based solely on their appearance, never bothering to learn who they truly were. In the end, the court ruled in favor of the Johnsons. They were allowed to keep their home, and Mr. Thompson was ordered to pay a substantial fine. More importantly, he was mandated to implement significant changes in how he managed his properties. But the victory didn't stop there. The Johnsons used part of their settlement to establish a program providing legal assistance to families facing discrimination. They turned their pain into purpose, ensuring that no one else would have to endure what they had. As the news spread, the neighborhood began to awaken. People started to understand that silence in the face of injustice makes them complicit. The Johnsons taught us that courage, love, and resilience could overcome even the deepest hate. Their journey became a rallying cry for change. As I reflect on this incredible story, I remember the lessons learned, that standing up for what is right often requires immense courage, and that our voices can make a difference. The Johnsons didn't just fight for their home, they fought for justice, for dignity, and for every family who had ever felt marginalized. If you enjoyed this story, please share it with your friends and family. Let's continue to spread awareness and support one another in the pursuit of justice. Thank you for reading, and may we all find the strength to stand up against injustice in our own lives.